I like that button you push. Oh, live, and then all of a sudden you see on the screen, you're live now. What was I dead before? I don't understand that. And I'm like 8 seconds into the video already, and I don't know what the hell is going on. So, hi everybody, how are you? It's Saturday. I'm tired. Day after my birthday. If I was some Oriental, I think it's Chinese or Japanese. I'd actually be 81, I think, because you start off at 1 year old when you're born. So, you know, I just keep getting older and older by the minute. Anyhow, I'm surprised I'm here. I survived it yesterday. We're going out tomorrow. Of course, I don't do videos tomorrow anyhow. But I'm going to miss the Patriots Texans playoff game, and I'm pissed about that. Unless the bar's got a TV and we can talk them into putting it on. We'll see what happens. But it's not a bar; it's a restaurant, so I doubt they'll have that. We don't know where it is. It's up in the mountains someplace. And oh, it's life. What are you gonna do? So anyhow, what else is going on around here? Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. I'm having problems trying to complete this. One of my friends posted, made it, and he says, and that 80, that's an achievement in itself. You're right about that, you know. But I'm lucky. So far, I'm lucky. I don't know how long that's going to last, but for the present time, I am alive and well. I get threads on my shirts and I have to cut them off without taking my arm off. Here we go. I don't know. My shirts are falling apart. I'm falling apart. Do yourselves a favor, folks. Try not to get old, okay? Speaking of that, a friend of mine stopped by. I said this in the other video. I haven't seen him in, I think, 17, 18 years, something like that. And are there big cats or bears in the forest? Not around here. We're not in a forest. We're in the middle of a city, and that's just basically what you're looking at is about 5 miles away from me. Uh, I'm at I'm about between, uh, depending on where I am in the city, between something like 6 and 8 and almost 9,000 feet above sea level here. So it's kind of crazy, but they list the town itself at 8,800 feet above sea level. But if that's the case, I'm sitting about 9,000 feet. Because I'm way above the town. So anyhow, what was I talking about? Oh, yesterday with the couple that I hadn't seen in 16 years. Now she's a little older than he is. I think she's like maybe 4 or 5 years. I don't know. They're great. They're great together. They're just an absolute perfect match. They're wonderful people, good hearts, everything like that. Okay. Well, he's aging, and he's showing his age that he's in his 60s. He's not 60. He's not eligible. He retired when he was 62, so he hasn't reached full maturity yet on his Social Security. But that'll be a shock when he sees what he has to pay for it and what it actually covers. But he's down here getting good medical care on his wife. So, uh, anyhow, the she doesn't look like she aged a day since I left 16 years ago. You know, I swear to you, she doesn't look like she's aged a day, and you can tell, is older. He's got very bad vertigo. He can't stand on my balcony and look down. I have vertigo, but it's not from looking down. It's from just walking. I just fall down every once in a while. I get dizzy and I fall down. They call it vertigo. It's probably something different, but what are you going to do? Vertigo covers a multitude of sins. Um, so uh, that was surprising. I mean, she looked exactly the same she did when I left. It was last time I saw her 16 years ago. It just didn't age at all. Some women do that. Know? Who doesn't age real? Hasn't aged a lot. Dolly Parton. Um, well, Cher's starting to show her age now. That's just natural. I mean, it just comes. There's nothing you can do. You can't fight old age. You can prolong it by looking good and staying in shape and whatnot, but you can't do anything about it. Like they tell you, the only two things that are permanent in this country are death and taxes. So anyhow, what's this one say? Oh, but there's snakes galore. No, they're not snakes galore. What you have galore down here are iguanas. You have iguanas. You have possums. We now have squirrels running around. I call them fox squirrels because they're a beautiful orange color. They're just really gorgeous animals. Some of them are very big. Uh, what else do I have around here, animal wise? I haven't seen any snakes. There's supposed to be a population of foxes around here in Medellin. I haven't seen any of them because I doubt very seriously they come around here because there's about 1,000 dogs around here. It's amazing. Everybody's got a dog around here. So I don't know what else I can say. Let's see. What else about this down here? The animals. You have the iguanas or skates, which is just a lizard about this big. They call them skates because when they run, it looks like they're skating across the ground. They're very shy. You don't see them very often. I've seen 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6 of them. I got iguanas that show up. Lucy saw the last one I saw, big old fat iguana, and didn't like Lucy too much. ran. Lucy chased it, but didn't catch it. They got a jaw on them. They got a mouth like that, so I don't think that Lucy wants to catch them. Lucy, will you stop doing that? That's her skin thing. Hey, you. Hey, that's it. You stop that. You can stop. You don't have to do that again. Oh no, I know you didn't want me to do that. You didn't want me to do that. Okay, come here. She doesn't like that blanket anymore. I don't know why. Come on. She's okay. Um, so my friend is exotic. Well, it's not. Look. This is a. You have to understand what you're looking at when you look across the street. Part of that's a quarry, that mountain, and the rest of it is compared to what it was when I moved down here is way overdeveloped when you go over there. You just see how they're developing it, and it's not. Yeah. If you go to the other side, it's all jungle. It's a lot of jungle when you reach the top of the mountain. And if you take the cable car up, you'll see as you get near the top, it's all jungle. Uh, Things across the street, that park stretches from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill, which is about a half a mile, I guess, or less, maybe a quarter of a mile. And it's about uh, 50 yards across because you hit the creek and you can't, and then you go to the other side, which is much more developed than this side is in terms of the park. They don't have they have a, over there that it goes down like about like this to the creek. Here we have sort of a more slower incline down to it in spots. So over there they don't have a lot of distance from the. I mean, the back of the buildings over there, and then there's the drop off. That's it. There's not a lot of parkland. The parkland's between buildings, and it's not quite the same as it is here. What you got. You try walking over there. I watch people walk barefoot in that park. They're crazy. There is enough human and animal excretion over there. You do not want to do that because people bring their dogs up from down below so they don't have to pick them up because they think they don't have to pick up the garbage. I pick it up for them. Sometimes, not all the time. I mean, I'm not going to waste my bags on picking up 3 day old poop, or something like that. If I see the dog do it and I'll pick it up after. I'll follow the dog and pick it up. But it's that's the way it is. This isn't exotic. This is if I could show you, if I can find a picture, I'll put it up on the internet. I don't think I have any left. When I moved here, what across the street looked like. You walk out of the house, cows walking across the street, right across the street from me. There would be uh, grazing on the grass, and there would be horses. Some of the horses are still around from the stable. That's where they came from. And I was very friendly with the horses. I was also very friendly with one of the bulls over there, and I don't know why. But he just came running up to me one day and decided he liked me. I just get at it. I have that effect on animals. Wish I had that effect on people, but I have that effect on animals. They just run up to me and say, "Oh, wow, he's a nice guy. Let's hang out with him." Okay, but do you have to poop right next to me, because you need a tractor to get rid of a cow poop. But that's, nobody, people care about animals, but they don't care what the animals do. Like they come down here from the stables and they ride their horses across the street and they tear that land up to the extent that it becomes dangerous to walk on because they tear it up in the mud and you don't understand how you could that could be a sea of mud to this in the morning, and by the afternoon it's solid. It's dried solid, and then you get all these little holes and everything. That's why I walk with a stick outside. Everybody thinks I'm an invalid. I'm not an invalid. I'm doing that because I can't. I do have a problem with balance, and that's one way to lose it real fast. So I don't know. You see what Trump's doing now? The Insurrection Act. I'm not really sure what that allows him to do, but he wants to declare martial law in the worst way. And have you seen? I don't know whether you saw CNN, but this guy Stephen Miller is now showing his face after his trip down to Venezuela. He's now showing his face, and that is the scumbag of the year. Look at those eyes, man. He is evil incarnate. Most of what's going on around here, he's partially responsible for. He wrote. He's one of the authors, architects of Project 2025. Him and a guy Theo, who is J.D. Vance's right hand man. And I haven't seen anybody reply to that question I asked the other day. Is they said, you get rid of Trump, then what? What do you expect it to happen overnight? Americans have this problem, and it's gotten worse with you when you have the internet. You want instant gratification. You know, there's no such thing as instant gratification. Instant gratification is false, stupid, doesn't exist. You got to things take time to be done properly. Nothing can be done overnight, and that's what I'm afraid is happen. We're going to have chaos for a few years, and that's how people like Trump get started. We have to put controls in that control the influence of the super rich, you know, and the problem with that is that they have these security companies available to them that can supply ex-military guys, and not the nice ex-military guys, the guys that enjoyed killing and beating and robbing and whatnot, and they can bring them into play. So it's kind of it's going to be bad. I don't know how long which I got left on the earth. I wish it was longer, and I wish I could do something about this. I wish I was younger, but I'd probably be in jail or dead. Never know. Anyhow, I've bored you enough. It's Saturday. I won't be here tomorrow. As I said, we're celebrating my birthday tomorrow because everybody works. This was the end of vacation this week. So everybody went back to work this week, and everybody works basically 6 days, down here, those that actually work for a living. What this is? Oh yes, that Mr. Miller again. He's got plans. He's not a good human. Never really been a fan of chaos, but more about this stuff. Nah, we all know about chaos, man. Have kids, have grandkids. You know, problem is that we're dealing with the mob mentality, the group mentality. They've studied that. Yell fire in a theater and see what happens. Okay, everybody runs for the door. Nobody, even though there's no smoke, no fire, everybody runs. That's why it's a major violation, criminal violation to yell fire in a movie theater now, or any kind of theater. All right, listen, I'm out of here. It's Saturday. It's 11 o'clock. You know where your kids are? That used to be some. I forget the channel that used to do that. Might have been Channel 5, which was, I think, I don't know whether that was WNEW at the time or not. Yeah, that was WNEW, not Fox. And they would go, "Do you know where your children are?" At the end of the newscast. You know, some people would go, "Kids?" All right, listen, I'm out of here. Find the subscribe button, hit it, okay? Probably where the videos are located. Well, thank you, sir. I think that's Jim. Little crown hashtag #1 on it. I'm glad you made it, as always. I'm glad I was on time today. It's not easy. I've told you that. So, uh, you guys have a good day today, and everybody enjoy themselves. And I will see you Monday, hopefully on time, but you never know. I can't guarantee that because I'm retired. Okay, yeah, you too, Jim. Take care. We'll see you. Bye.